Hi angels, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about something that's been very highly requested on all of my channels, and it is soap brows. How I achieved these babies right here. As most of you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you will see that I have tried every single thing for my brows, and the hunt is still continuing, but I am yet to find anything better than basic Pears soap, which is like $2. It is cheap, it's amazing, and it's so simple. So if you want to see how I get these amazing soap brows, then go ahead and keep watching.
Things you will need are a spoolie, your Pears soap or any soap that works, and a spray bottle with some water mixed with a little bit of setting spray. I use the Huda Beauty Resting Boss Base.
Okay, so once you have everything ready, I'm gonna go ahead and just spray 2 sprays. And then I grab my spoolie and just swish it around. So this is basically what I do. And we're gonna pick up product on that spoolie. If you need to do more than 2 sprays, that's okay as well. So as you can see, we have some product going on there. I'm gonna go ahead and run that product through the brows. So I have the most wiry, stubborn brows. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've tried so many different products, the NYX brow glue and the e.l.f. brow, whatever it's called, brow soap, and all these different products, but they just don't work on my stubborn brows. The only thing that works for me is soap brows. So we're gonna coat both sides. So you may have to go in again for the second brow. And if you need to spray again, that's okay. Just don't over wet it, because then of course it will get soapy. So we're just running this product through the brows with this spoolie. These spoolies you could buy literally at the dollar store, or you can order some on Amazon, just like a pack of them, because sometimes they break. And then we're gonna go ahead and press that down. So as you can see, it's starting to stick a little bit, and this is helping because it's not too wet. So we're just pushing that down. And then same thing on this side. So if you feel like for the second side you need to wet it again, remember, that's okay. I may add a little bit of wetness to the soap, just 1 spray, but it looks pretty good to me. If you need to pick up some product, because if it's too wet, okay, see how I just sprayed it again? If it's too wet, it's gonna lift. So, which obviously we don't want. So for me, an area that I really need to focus on is the beginnings of the brows. They are stubborn and they need a little more TLC than all the other parts on my brows. So sometimes I'll just like hold it down and be patient with it. Just hold it down. See how the ends are already stuck? And then you're not gonna leave it like that. This is the fun part where we get to brush them down into shape. There we go. And you can see we have a nice arch going on, and you can redo it to suit your shape of your brows. I just follow my natural arch. Brushing these a bit to the side. Anywhere that you think you should just tame down a little bit, now's the time. And this side too. So my brows need a little bit of a trim, but whatever, that's fine. They're wild and we're here for it. So as you can see, they're completely stuck down now, which makes me really happy. You could feel the soap drying. And then now I go in with a particular product. This is the Brow Microfilling Pen by Benefit. Why I love it is because it has these little individual, little kind of hair-like strokes, just 3 of them. And I'm using the shade Deep Brown. All I need is just a little bit of this product because my brows are pretty full as is, just in the sparse areas. So it happens to be at the ends of my brows, maybe a little bit in the middle here, but it lightly fills them. So it's not anything crazy. And if you're gonna fill the front, just do it very lightly. We don't want a very thick block. This style is already kind of blocky itself. If you have really sparse brows, you may want to go in with like a pomade and a very thin brush and mimic hair-like strokes. The next thing is that I feel like nobody talks about online, because I guess videos online are so fast and you miss these points. but I'm gonna go in with some water on a towel just to wipe around the brows. I'll do it on camera just so you can see the full process. Okay, so I have my wash rag here. I am just gonna go ahead and carefully wipe just around the brows. Remember, it's soap, so it's activated by water. It's gonna wipe away everything with just a little bit of water, and that's it. And again, my skin around my brows are gonna get red just because that's how my skin is. And this is also why I like to do this with no makeup on as my very first step, because if I had foundation on, for example, it would be rubbing off my foundation. And so this is just removing that soapy film, because nobody wants that soapy film, okay? And then also in the middle, sometimes it gets right in the middle. So we're just wiping that away gently right here. And then you can kind of touch to see if you got the film off. And then once you're good to go, you know you're good to go and you can move on with the next step. For the next step, I'm gonna grab my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. I have this in the shade NC42 and a flat brush. This is just a flat concealer brush. This one's MAC, but the number is rubbed off. I think it's a 125. I can find it out after online. These always get rubbed off, but the thing about MAC brushes is they last so long. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. And I basically start from the front of the brow. And I'm gonna start, then I just like press down the product. You do not need a lot. So this just creates that freshly done look. You can skip this step if you don't like this look. I personally really do. Just, it cleans them up. And if your brows aren't done, it creates the illusion that your brows are freshly done. And then connect that right here. And you could see I'm not in any rush. I'm moving slow and I'm using like padding, kind of padding motions. And then I drag it. And then you can layer. And I love, okay, so I've seen people use liquid concealer for this product. I'm particularly using a cream concealer just because it is so easy to work with. And I've tried liquid before, but it's definitely not the same. And then you could go ahead and blend this into the rest of your makeup, and it's just such an easy process. So for my eyeshadow base, I usually use Pro Longwear Concealer by MAC in the exact same shade, NC42, and then everything just seamlessly goes. So as you can see, this is looking great. So I'm just popping on the other side, and I will come back with the rest of my makeup done. I went ahead and finished off my makeup, and this is the final look. So I'm gonna just kind of pop in. There's a little bit of makeup on my hairline, but I'm gonna pop in a little bit closer. And here's what it's looking like. I mean, they are in place, they're on point, they will last. The only thing I will say is that in the summertime, if you're gonna be going and doing any activities where you're gonna be sweaty or getting wet, because it is soap, the water will activate it to lift off the skin. So be aware of that. But aside from that, these babies are the best things that I've ever tried for a laminated look. If you decide to test out this technique, please tag me in your recreations because I would love to see it and I'd love to hear what works for you. But this works on my super stubborn, wiry brows and it is literally the best thing ever. As you guys know, I post every single week, so I will see you next Sunday. Go ahead and check out my last video on my skincare routine. I have some really great tips in that video, so it's right here. And I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow.